And good afternoon, everyone. Phil Pinarski here with a very special edition of the Daily 8 on Wood TV Plus. As you can see, we're not in our normal studio today. We are over at DeVos Place getting set for the 48th annual Riverbank Run, set to kick off tomorrow morning. It's a really busy here right now at DeVos Place. If you haven't been already, you're planning to head on out and actually participate in one of the races. Definitely encourage you to get here early rather than later to pick up all of your race equipment package. Check out the entire expo. There is a lot to check out here. And we're going to be here as well, so be sure to come and say hi. We'd love to see you here over in our mobile studio. We've got a full show lined up, all detailing the 48th annual Riverbank Run. Like I said, we're going to be talking with some of the runners, some of the participants, sharing their stories leading up to the race on Saturday. We'll also be letting you know about some road closures to keep in mind, get you a look at your forecast for that day, and also Mother's Day the day after. And of course, we're going to be touching on a little bit more about just things to expect in general, and that's why we are happy to be bringing in our first guest of the day. It is the race director of the Riverbank Run. It is Russ Hines. Russ, thank you so much for stopping by. How are you doing today?
Good, Phil. Thanks for having me. We're excited that you guys decided to use us as the inaugural test.
Yeah, I know. No, it's great. You know, I thought we needed a really big event to actually broadcast from here, and could not think of a bigger event in Grand Rapids than the Riverbank Run. So definitely glad to have you here. How's the expo going so far? You know, we're a couple hours in. Things are still going. Still lots of people here.
It's been fantastic so far. We have over 60 vendors here that are available to sit and visit with and buy things with and find out about charities and that kind of thing. We have packet pickup going on. And of course, we have last minute registration as well, whether it be for the 5K, the 10K, or the 25K, or even the 5K walk. Yeah. So this is a great time for people to come on down and have some fun. And it's all free.
Yeah, right. No, I think that's the big thing here is that, you know, if you just want to check everything out, you can definitely go ahead and do that. Again, it is lasting. How late is it going to be open today, Russ?
We'll be open until 8 p.m.
Okay, 8 p.m. So you've still got plenty of time and check everything out. What is sort of the excitement? I mean, do you feel the excitement kind of building? I know the race isn't until tomorrow morning, but you can kind of feel just the emotions from people already here.
Well, it's fun because you hear stories about people's previous times that they've run the Amway Riverbank Run and their personal accomplishments, their health journey. There's a lot of health stories today as I've been walking around and people coming up and sharing their journeys with me. It's really heartwarming, and this gives everybody a goal. Whether, like I said, whether it's the 5K, 10K, or 25K, there's something for everybody no matter what your goals are, and it's just a great fun event. And as you mentioned, the anticipation before this starts, it really starts to build up. And then once the horn sounds, right, it's just like that, the jitters go away and you're off and running, having fun.
Yeah, no, you get right in the zone. How has preparation gone, I guess, in getting kind of everything ready? I know some of the roads are going to be set to start closing tonight and also tomorrow morning. As far as preps go, you guys are ready for tomorrow, though?
Without question, we have a huge crew. We have over 1,000 volunteers that are working between Friday and Saturday that are going to be helping us with everything. And we have a great race committee that works year-round on this. And everybody knows exactly what they're supposed to do, and we just get out there and make it happen.
And you guys had the kickoff press conference earlier this morning. Got to hear from some of the elite runners that will be participating. What'd you kind of take away from that? I mean, this is, obviously a very fun, family-oriented race, but there's some real high-level runners that are going to be taking part as well.
Well, first thing I would say is that I would not be surprised if we have another American record set tomorrow. There's some very, very good athletes here. The one thing that I sort of found interesting is that a lot of them have never run this distance before. So they've run a half or they've done whatever the distances might have been, but they haven't run this before. And it'll be interesting because it's 2.5 miles, right, and if they're not accustomed to that could be interesting for them. The other thing I think that will be challenging is that a lot of them didn't want to see the course in advance. They've looked at the roads, but they didn't want to necessarily go on the tour, which I found very surprising. And they said, we get jittery. Yeah, we get a little too nervous, so we just want to get out there and go in the morning. So.
Yeah, it makes for a little bit more of a surprise, I think. Makes it maybe a little bit more fun to kind of keep it a secret before the race. But Russ, one thing that we've done obviously lots of stories with people just talking about their experience with the Riverbank Run, what this upcoming race means to them. And one thing that I've noticed a lot of people say is that while it is considered the largest 25K road race in the country, it still has that hometown feel. I just wanted to kind of get your perspective on that.
Well, that's another thing that I've heard a lot today. It's our hometown race.
Yeah.
And we get that even from some of the elite athletes. They were saying, you can tell, you can feel that this is a hometown. There's a lot of pride that's here and a lot of pride that goes into what we're doing at the race and what's going to happen tomorrow. So, I mean, obviously from an organizational standpoint, we want it to be amazing. We want everybody to have a wonderful experience, not just the elites, of course, but I mean, that's 40 runners out of, potentially 11,000 or more. So, that's the people that we're really, trying to cater to, with the additional aid stations, with the additional cheer stations and live music and DJs and all the things that go into it to keep you motivated to have you finish that race.
Right, and you touched on just some of the other things that runners can kind of expect, but for those who are maybe just showing up as a supporter, are there any big things you really want to highlight that they can expect other than what's going to be happening out there on the actual course?
Well, I mean, if you're a spectator and you want to come downtown, I think that's the place to be. I mean, obviously seeing your family and friends run through Johnson Park or Millennium Park is great, but the excitement that happens in downtown Grand Rapids is just, it's amazing. At the start line and then at the finish line. The emotions that you see from people as they set their personal records or fought through their health journeys and whatever it might be, mental health issues. All those types of things come into play, and you'll just see people when they come across, they'll collapse with exhaustion and like, I did it. Yeah. Well, there'll also be the ones that are there that are just hugging loved ones, because they did it together.
Right. And of course, this is the 48th annual, and we've had 47 riverbank runs in the past. Is there a moment that really sticks out to you that kind of encompasses what the riverbank run is all about, over the past couple of years?
There's one in particular I'll never forget. A lady that was a road warrior with us. Road warrior is a program that we have to encourage people to be able to run the 25K. But as she was a cancer survivor, and as she crossed the finish line, she collapsed into my arms. And I'll never forget it.
Yeah, right. So. Definitely a memorable moment. The weather is also supposed to be really nice on Saturday, a lot better than maybe what people saw in last year's race. How do you feel that's going to play into things? You already said that we might even see some more records being broken on Saturday.
Well, tomorrow morning at the start of the race, especially for the 25K elite runners, I mean, it's going to be cool, and that's going to be perfect for them. So the weather should be really, really good. For those of us that run a little bit slower, you're going to get hot probably. Yeah. It's going to be cool when we start, but then we're going to be in the mid-60s probably around 11:30. And, make sure to hydrate. That's the big thing, the message that I have right now for everybody is make sure that you're hydrating plenty today and tomorrow morning.
Yeah, no, hydration, definitely a huge tip for everybody. Any other tips that you'd like to offer? I know some people, this is going to be their first race ever on Saturday. Anything you would like to pass along as somebody who's been around the race for quite a few years?
Well, I mean, enjoy it. And, it's so easy to get so nervous and you forget that this is supposed to be fun. Right. You've trained for this event. So that's where the hard work comes in. Now's the time to enjoy all the training.
Any last things you'd like to say? Any big hope to come out of this year's race? I know we're kind of approaching the 50th anniversary of the race, but for the 48th one, what are you really hoping people get out of it?
Well, we want to make sure that everybody's safe and everybody has a very enjoyable race. Yeah. That's the most important thing to us. All the volunteers come together to make this happen so that that everybody does remain safe. And, in light of everything that's happened in West Michigan in the past few weeks, we just want everybody to come together, enjoy yourselves, and just have a special day together with your family and friends.
Yeah, it's going to be a really awesome time. As a reminder, it does kick off tomorrow morning, but if you can't make it there in person, don't worry. News 8 is going to be broadcasting the entire race from start to finish over on News 8, Wood TV Plus, as well as our website, woodtv.com. So plenty of different ways to check it out. And of course, the Expo that's going on right now at DeVos Place is open until 8 p.m. tonight. So you still have time to check everything out. Russ, thank you so much for stopping by. We're so excited for Saturday.
Well, thanks, Phil. Thanks for having me, and congratulations on the first show.
Yes, thank you. I appreciate it. Thanks so much, Russ. All right, awesome. All right, well, that was Russ Hines we just heard from. Obviously, a lot going into this race. Everybody's really excited about it. But again, there are some things to keep in mind, especially if you are one of those runners who maybe don't have a whole lot of experience. This is going to be one of your first races. That's why we spoke to the medical director of the race to get some tips on how to stay prepared and stay safe out there on Saturday.
I have 3 pieces of advice for participants. One is hydration. So even hydrating 24 hours leading up to the race and then thinking about consuming about 16 ounces of fluid 2 hours prior to the start time of their race. The second thing is skin issues is actually one of the more common things that we see. So chafing or blisters are really common complaints. So wearing tried and true gear, worn-in shoes, good moisture-wicking fabrics for both socks and shirts to prevent those issues. And then the last thing is being mindful of the heat. It is going to be a little warm on Saturday. And so actually as medical providers, we use a special measurement tool called a wet bulb globe thermometer that basically puts you into an alert level category. Green is you're good to go. Yellow and red, you want to think about slowing down, as frustrating as that is. And then being mindful of, if you are starting to feel the impacts of heat, seeking medical attention earlier rather than later.
All right, great stuff there. Again, just making sure everybody's staying safe. That's obviously the key with this race there. And you can find more tips on how to stay safe and get ready for that first race or get ready for your next race. Just head on over to our website, woodtv.com. We've got all that information there. And like I said earlier, we have been bringing you all of the stories surrounding this race, just how people can get excited about it, what to expect, but also some of the runners who will be participating in the race itself. We recently sat down with Christine Ankenbauer. She is a woman with an incredible story. She recently suffered a heart attack, but is back on Saturday, ready to do the thing she loves most, participate in races with her 3 daughters. Let's take a listen to that interview now. Christine, thank you so much for being here today, and obviously looking forward to the 48th annual Amway Riverbank Run that is happening this Saturday. You're no stranger to the Riverbank Run, correct?
Correct.
Yeah, talk a little bit about your experience. You know, you've been a runner for quite some time now and have been to the race a couple of times already. I mean, just your experience being here in Grand Rapids for the largest 25K road race in the entire country.
Well, I ran my first Riverbank Run in 1997, and I was pregnant with my first daughter.
Wow.
So I ran that, and then I ran it a few more times, and then we moved over to the other side of the state. So I did live in Grand Rapids, and I worked in Grand Rapids as well. And I've just been running my whole life. After my second Riverbank Run, I ran the Chicago Marathon, and then it just kind of started there, and I just kept doing marathons and pushing my daughters in jog strollers with each baby, ran through every pregnancy. And last year we decided to make doing the Riverbank Run a tradition with my 3 daughters, because all 3 of them run now as well.
And what is it about the Riverbank Run that you really like? Obviously, you just said you've run in other bigger races, but what is it about the Riverbank Run that made you kind of decide that kind of making a family tradition to go year after year now?
I just love Grand Rapids. It's so beautiful there, and the race is very well organized as well, and it's just a beautiful run. Last year I did just the 10K, and this year I'll be doing the 10K as well, walking it. But it's just a beautiful race, and it's a very family-like race to me too. Kind of feels a little bit small town, and I always said that about Grand Rapids. Grand Rapids it's a big city, but it's got a small family feeling to it too. And
you touched on the family dynamic. I know every year families all tune in and show up to the race, whether they're all running it together or if one of them's running and they show up to support. You yourself are going to be joined by daughters this time around. I mean, your daughters have kind of picked up that passion for running as well. I mean, what was that sort of something that came naturally to them, just kind of seeing you, or was it something that maybe you kind of wanted them to maybe venture over towards a little bit?
I might have pushed them a little bit when they were younger.
Right.
I had them do Girls on the Run in elementary school. The girls did junior high running as well. And when I moved to this other side of the state, I actually started a running club called the Dirt Road Divas. And there's about 20 or 30 women. And it was a camaraderie. We all had children about the same age. We'd meet at crazy times in the morning to run. And all of our kids, almost all of them, have running children as well because of it. And then my girls did dance for a little bit. And then they ended up wanting to try out for cross country in high school, and they continued that passion through their high school years as well. Became very amazing athletes. Each one of them went to states, which was pretty amazing to me. And I'm so proud of them. And my oldest daughter ran for Detroit Mercy Collegiate. And then my daughter Jessica and Ava were both on club at Grand Valley.
And Christine, obviously having that support system kind of at the race is one thing, but you also got a lot of support recently. A couple months ago, you suffered a heart attack, correct?
Correct.
Yeah, if you wouldn't mind, obviously I know it is a tough topic to discuss, but what was sort of that situation like kind of when it happened?
Well, the month prior, I had severe fatigue. I was more tired than I've ever been, and we were kind of contributing to hormones. And I think it's just kind of what happens with women. Sometimes it's just, they think it's aging or hormones or whatever. And I contacted my physician, had an appointment in January, expressed my severe fatigue, because I'm used to like going for a run and then going to a spin class and maybe lifting weights. And then after that, cleaning the house or running errands. Like, I'm not a person who usually needs to take a nap and lay down. And I felt like I'd have to keep stopping during the middle of a workout to catch my breath. But I really just thought I was just getting older. And my doctor ordered labs, and all my labs came back normal. So I just kind of contributed it all to getting older. And then the day before my heart attack, my blood pressure had been kind of low, and I do have high blood pressure. I had it since I had my daughters. Just a real small amount of blood pressure medicine, which is controlled, and I keep an eye on it. I eat really healthy. But that day I felt more fatigued than ever. I had written my physician, but I probably should have gone in. And I'm a healthcare worker myself and should know better. But I just felt like, what was I going to say? Go into the emergency room and say, I just don't feel right. Something just seems wrong. I really couldn't put my finger on anything. But I woke up in the morning the following day, severely nauseated, was sick to my stomach, went to the bathroom, was sick, and then kind of just fell to the floor of my bathroom, and then I couldn't breathe. And I don't really know how long I laid there, but it felt like an eternity. And then I got a cold sweat, and I knew that I was having a heart attack. I had to be having a heart attack. I was trained to know what a heart attack is. And I had to crawl to my bedroom to make the phone call because I didn't have the phone with me. And then I had to wait for the paramedics to come, which also felt forever. When I heard the sirens, I knew help was on its way, but I truly felt like I was going to die that day.
And it wasn't even necessarily something that may have been on your radar as somebody, like you said, that's been training a lot, has been running a lot. I mean, it snuck up on you. It's not something that people would normally expect with somebody of your kind of health level, correct?
Right. It didn't even cross my mind that it could possibly be my heart. I thought, it was anxiety, and a lot of things get pointed at anxiety as well. We'll take some Prozac or whatever. And it wasn't anxiety. It was truly my heart. And that whole situation was kind of surreal to me. I remember mostly everything. I remember getting picked up by the paramedics when they did the EKG on me. They were phoning in that it was a STEMI, which is a heart attack. And they took me to the closest hospital. And I'm pretty sure that it was the cardiologist was literally at the doors of the emergency room. And for people who don't really understand the whole thing with the heart attacks, you have about 90 minutes from the onset of your symptoms to get a stent or to get that artery open. So time was of essence. I didn't know that at the time. I didn't know what kind of blockages it was or anything, but I was in severe pain. Nothing was making it better. I asked the medics if I was going to die. In the ambulance, I called my daughter because I wasn't sure if I was going to talk to anyone again. And when I got to the hospital, it just seemed crazy. Like everyone was grabbing at me, everyone was touching me, everyone was putting things on me, and IVs and poking me. And the next thing you knew, I was in the cath lab, and I don't really remember anything about the cath lab until afterwards. And the doctor was just like, this just does not make sense. I had a complete right coronary artery occlusion. It was 100% occluded. It was a plaque rupture, they said. So it's not like I had high cholesterol, which that was normal too. It was just more there. Everyone has a little bit of plaque in their arteries, and it just ruptured and created a complete occlusion in my arteries. So they stented that. He cleaned up some blood clots that were in there, and he said that I should be feeling so much better afterwards. He had no doubt I would be back to running again, and I spent 3 days in the ICU.
And just kind of describe that recovery effort. I mean, obviously, with having something like that, you go in kind of blind. You don't necessarily know what's going to be happening next. But the team at Corewell kind of helped you, one, on that day when you first got there, but then also with the recovery efforts, correct?
They were absolutely amazing. I couldn't have asked for better care, and I'm so grateful for them because they truly did save my life. They acted quickly, but also compassionately. And I'm a respiratory therapist, so I'm in these situations all the time. It is so different when it's you. Mm-hmm. It's just so much different. But the doctor just kept telling me, you're going to be okay. You're going to come visit us. You're going to be okay. You're going to come visit us. I felt very focused on her words. My husband was there. I'm sure that was extremely hard for him to see. The days in the ICU, I cried a lot, and I also felt pretty mad. I felt angry that I had done all these things to take care of my body, and I felt like it wronged me. Mm-hmm.
Was there ever a moment, though, where maybe you were worried? I know the doctors were probably reassuring you that you would be back up on your feet, but did that ever cross your mind that maybe you wouldn't be able to do races like this again?
Absolutely. I really thought that my life was going to be completely altered. And it is definitely different. I mean, it's only been 3 months. I had my heart attack on February 6th, and so, I mean, it's only a little over 3 months, and I was starting to do intervals of jogging and cardiac rehab after 4 weeks. So they have you get on different exercise equipment and, walk or use a bike or whatever, but they monitor your heart rate and stuff throughout it. And I really wanted to push myself because I wanted to see what my body could tolerate.
And we want to thank Christine for stopping by and giving us the chance to tell her story. If you want to see the full interview with Christine right now, just head on over to our website, woodtv.com. You can find the full interview as well as a web article. And look who's joining us now. It is News 8's very own Brittany Flowers. Brittany, thank you so much for stopping by.
Absolutely. I'm so excited to be here.
Yeah, how excited are you to be running the 25K tomorrow? For anybody who's completely unaware, you must be living under a rock because Brittany's been training for this race for quite some time now. You can check out some of her training right now over on our website as well. But how excited are you to be? Are you feeling ready? You feel those jitters kind of getting ready for that race?
Yeah, it's been a crazy couple of weeks, and I feel like today was the first time preparing for this that I had a chance to stop and think like, wow, what I'm going to be doing tomorrow. And so the nerves definitely set in. I texted one of my runner friends, and I was like, I'm so nervous. nervous, and so I'm excited now, but I think like, yeah, the nerves have definitely set in. I felt very kind of sick earlier and just had to breathe.
Yeah, no, those butterflies probably building a little bit. Talk to us though, because we had you on the live desk a few weeks back when you first started training. How's the training been going though? I mean, you feel prepared for the race, even though you're probably maybe a little bit nervous.
Yeah, I am nervous. I feel like things have gone pretty well. I had like am dealing a little bit with a tiny issue in my leg, like just shin splint stuff. So I've been just like kind of trying to ice, and then I tried out a place called Extreme Cryo. I did like a cold room and then like those leg compression sleeves. So I just want to make sure I was feeling good. So it's been good. I mean, I think almost 2 weeks ago tomorrow, I did a 12-mile run. That was my longest run in my training so far. So in my mind, I'm hoping like, what's another 5K? I know that's like crazy to say, but I feel well prepared.
Okay, good. Yeah, no, and again, we've been watching your training videos, and just seeing you, it's been kind of motivating for myself even, but I know a lot of people are also getting a lot out of your training. But one thing I wanted to bring up, though, because we did talk about it, was your sort of your playlist, the music that you're going to be listening to. You're into EDM, we talked about, and everything like that. Is that still kind of the idea for the playlist tomorrow?
Yeah, 100%. I'm also just like a creature of habit when it comes to like music and what I'm listening to when I'm running. So I listen to a lot of the cartoons mixes. If anyone listens to some EDM and knows what those are, but they're called cartoons. And I have like 4 of them that I cycle through, and I just don't have to worry about even making a playlist. I don't have to worry about skipping songs. I just play them. I know they're going to keep me motivated. The music never stops, so I kind of just go through those, and that's what I'm going to be doing tomorrow because it's been working.
Yeah, sounds like a plan. You've been at the Expo for a little bit now, just kind of seeing everything. I mean, what are your thoughts for everybody that's maybe thinking about coming down here? I mean, to kind of convince them that, this is the place to be today.
It's fun. I mean, I got here, I think, like 15 minutes ago. I've already ran into so many people. Just like everyone is so excited. You can tell the energy is just there. It's just fun. There's a lot of really cool things to just check out, whether it's, running gels or headbands I'm looking at right now, just all sorts of different things to people to talk to learn about. And, maybe you're dealing with an injury. There's some hospital staff here on hand too. So it's been fun. I can just tell that everyone's really excited, myself included. I haven't stopped smiling since I walked in here. So
and it's not just grabbing your packet. Obviously, like Brittany said, there's a lot of other things to check out here, kind of getting you ready for race day. But let's talk about the packet. You've already picked up yours. Let's take a look at what people can expect when they do show up. What are we looking at here? What did you grab from the desk?
I walked up. Told them my name. It's pretty easy. I know Adriana and Britt were also a couple of other people from Wood TV. They were like, I didn't get any information about like my shirt, my bib, and I was like, it's called packet pickup. It's like the most exciting thing about running a race. So I got my number, so I guess I'm 3193.
That's a lucky number, I'm assuming. I hope.
Yep, it's still crazy seeing that 25K on there. I'm like, oh man.
Now, it's really starting to set in now.
Drink ticket, which a lot of runners look forward to that post-race drink, because you can eat and drink whatever you want when you're done with, with the race.
Rightfully so. After you run any sort of amount, I feel like you've earned that beer. You've earned that extra sandwich.
You deserve it. So I got a cool shirt. This is different from the ones that they had last year. Last year, I think they were kind of pinkish red, but I love this color.
Oh, the design on the front is beautiful.
Yeah, so it's got the little bit of the skyline there. It's got the distances. It's got a guy running with the sunset over the river. And then, of course, some of the sponsors here on the back. So this is a really nice shirt. They also had some coupons over there. So I have $5 off a purchase at Perrin, and I love Perrin, so I will definitely be using that. So and then safety pins too, of course. Get your bib on your shirt.
Yes, no, I think that's something, when I not to brag, I ran a half marathon back in the day, back when I was a little bit younger. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, I did run a half marathon, but I got the safety pins in my packet, and I had no idea what these were for. And then everybody was like kind of stapling them on a little bit, and I was like, oh, that makes a lot of sense. So, if you're like me and you this is going to be your first race, just something to keep in mind whenever you are picking up your packet. I believe we might have a medal, actually. Oh, look at these. Russ Hines is back. Yes.
No, but I just wanted to show it to you so you could see it for tomorrow.
Yeah, this is incredible. Can I hold it?
Yes.
Yeah, let's show that off. Wow, again, kind of matching the front of the shirt and everything, but those look incredible.
This is super cool. I'm hoping to get to the point where someone can put this around my neck tomorrow.
I'll put it around your neck.
Okay, that's my motivation.
All right, good.
Cool.
All right.
Awesome. Thanks, Russ. Brittany, obviously, everybody's enjoyed watching you train and get ready for this and kind of being along with that journey with you. Any tips for people that are maybe also kind of in the same boat and are running that 25K? It's going to be their first race kind of like that. Anything you want to tell them, maybe get a little bit of extra motivation or just some friendly tips with the competition?
Well, my diet today has been exactly the same as it was before I ran my first half marathon. So I had a bagel for breakfast, Jimmy John's for lunch, and tonight I'm going to carb load with pasta from some sort of Italian restaurant for dinner. So I'm not a nutrition expert, but that worked for me last time, and I felt good, so I'm going to try to just follow that. And I mentioned earlier, the nerves were starting to set in. I texted one of my friends, Amanda, who's a road warrior, and I said, I'm getting really nervous, and she said, think about what you're nervous about, acknowledge those feelings, and then figure out, okay, what can you control, what can't you control? You can control your diet, you can control your sleep, you can control your hydration, can't control the weather.
Right.
So there are some things that you just can't control, but if you focus on the things that you can, then that will help address some of those nerves. So it was really the perfect text I needed, and I'm feeling a lot better now.
Yeah,
so
absolutely. All right, well, Brittany, do you have a time that you're going to try hit, maybe a goal, or is it really the goal to just cross that finish line?
Yeah, my goal is just to run the entire time and just not stop. I'm usually somewhere between like 10:30 and 11-minute mile.
Oh, wow.
So I'm going to try to obviously be on the lower end of that, but I'm guessing probably somewhere around like 2 hours and 40 to 2 hours and 45 minutes is kind of my goal. I'm not going to be in the 2-hour club. I have a lot of...
Hey, that's impressive on its own right there.
I have a lot of respect for, anyone who finishes any distance at any time, but that's kind of what I'm hoping for. So, but as long as I cross, and yeah, I'll feel proud.
Absolutely. Well, we're going to be cheering you on along with all the other members of News 8 that are going to be participating in the Riverbank Run. So, Brittany, we're going to let you go. Get ready for the race, and we will see you again on Saturday.
Thanks,
Woo, Brittany! Woo! Got a whole audience back there for Brittany. All right, awesome stuff. Well, again, as I mentioned earlier, that we do have a lot of members of News 8 that are going to be taking part in the race. But again, if you can't make it out there in person, we are going to be broadcasting it over on News 8, Wood TV Plus, and woodtv.com. And one of the voices that you'll be hearing all throughout the race is 7-time Riverbank Run winner Greg Meyer. He stopped by the live desk as well earlier this week to talk about what to expect on that side of things. And joining us now is Greg Meyer, a 7-time Riverbank Run winner, and he will also be commentating for our broadcast of the Riverbank Run, the 48th annual Riverbank Run this Saturday. Greg, thank you so much for being here today.
Yeah, it's good to be with you.
And, I got to ask, as somebody who's both run it and commentated on it with us here at News 8, what do you kind of prefer? Do you prefer actually being there kind of doing the grueling runs, or would you kind of prefer be on the sidelines and watching some of these athletes really perform out there?
Well, everyone would like to be young and active again, but it is sort of fun to watch these guys, both the men and women go at it. I just enjoy good competition, and we always seem to get that at the Riverbank Run.
Mm-hmm. And like I said, you're a 7-time winner. During those times when you were crossing the finish line first, is there one that really sticks out to you, a race where maybe you overcame something or maybe you really dominated the competition that is just always going to stick with you about this race?
Oh, what's funny is it's the ones that you lost that haunt you and you remember more than the ones you win. But I think the one that probably sticks out in terms of just a tough run was 1983. I had just won Boston about 3 weeks before, and I hadn't really recovered. And it ended up being a warm, hot day. And a guy by the name of Greg Orman came in from Indiana, and he was pretty tough. And I didn't catch him till about the last mile or so. And it was a tough day. But I think in terms of races, there's so many of them that I have good memories of. in the parties afterwards, actually. So, no, I think 83 was kind of special.
Absolutely. And talking about the Riverbank Run, we've been bringing people's stories really leading up to the race of runners that will be running this year and kind of just seeing what this race really means to them. For you personally, as somebody who's been so involved with the race over the years, what makes this race kind of stand out from other races maybe you've done, other races you've seen, other races that you've talked to other runners about?
Well, I think first and foremost for me personally, it was the first major event in my hometown that I got to compete in, and that made it extra special for me always. And I think now when I look at the race, what is still special about it is we get to showcase our community to the rest of the nation and at times the world. I think the reason why so many people want to come to this race is how well organized it is. The elite athletes specifically love the fact that they're treated well here. It's friendly, it's relaxing. There's not this high tense pressure. They come in and they're treated like family, and oftentimes they want to keep coming back because they feel so comfortable here. And I think that's true for all the runners. They just know that it's going to be well run. There's going to be the water out there, and it's going to be a great event.
And for, so many people come back year after year for this race, like you said, but this is also a time for people that are just beginning their running journey. This could be their first race. For people that are going in kind of blind, maybe this is their first Riverbank Run. Well, any tips that maybe you would give them about how to tackle the course, or, with just a few days, few hours really, I guess, before, the starting gun goes off? Any tips, any final recommendations you'd give somebody running for the first time?
If this is the first time they're running the 25K, I just tell them to be confident in their training and stick to their plan. Don't try to do something you didn't train for. And that usually means being very cautious for the first half. Don't get excited until you cross the bridge at Johnson Park. And if you're still feeling good at that point, then you can take some chances. But just follow your plan. And be confident that you did the training. For those that are just getting ready to run maybe their first 5K or 10K, it's sort of the same thing. Be excited that you made it to the starting line. That's a big goal in and of itself, just getting to the starting line, so that you accomplished the training to get there, and then just have fun. Enjoy yourself. You've earned it.
Yeah, no, it's going to be a day of fun to be had for sure. Greg, though, I got to ask, as somebody who's always kind of wanting to know a little bit more about the business of broadcasting, as a broadcaster, as a commentator for a race like this, what is sort of your preparation for it? It's not necessarily something like a basketball game or a football game you're commenting on. You got to be able to talk through an entire race, the entire hour and a half about for the winners to finally cross. What is sort of that preparation like for you?
Well, for me, what I tend to do is look at the statistics. I try to see who the top people are, what their what their talent level is, try to narrow it down into who I think is going to be in that lead pack, and then just be aware of the splits during the actual race, and just because that will tell me sort of how the race is going to develop, who might still be there with 3 miles to go or whatever, because the cream rises to the top. So those athletes that are in good shape, will tend to drive it in the second half. The other thing that I look at going in is what's their recent running history? What have they done in the last 3 to 6 months? Because even though they may have a great resume, if they haven't done anything for the last 6 months or 9 months, you sort of wonder, are they fit? Are they ready to go? Is this their first race to try to get themselves going again? So you try to weigh all those little factors in. And you got to do that now for both the men and the women, obviously, because a big part of the broadcast is the race within the race, where the men are trying to catch the women. And that's been a lot of fun.
Yeah, I know, and we're expecting some better weather this time around compared to last year. It's supposed to be a little bit warmer. I know last year I was down there. It was kind of cold, especially at the start of the race. You know, you could see athletes kind of crossing that finish line, looking for those blankets immediately. With better weather around, I mean, it should be a much more enjoyable time, not just for the runners, but for everybody that's out there who comes out to downtown Grand Rapids this Saturday.
It looks like the perfect weekend for it.
Right.
It's going to be cool at the start, which means that at least for the first half of the group that's finishing, they should still have cool temperatures. It's going to be sunny, so the spectators will come out and enjoy the day. It may get a little warm towards the end for the people towards the back of the pack, but not hot. Low 70s. It looks like a really good day. I'm not sure what the wind is supposed to be doing, but right now it doesn't look like it's going to be doing much. Should be a great day to run.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I mean, and I got to ask, as somebody who will be commentating, watching the race thoroughly, we've seen over the past couple of years these athletes really push themselves, really push the times and break records here at the Riverbank Run. Do you think we kind of see that trend continuing, especially with the nicer weather planned for us on Saturday?
I think there's a real possibility, just based on the talent. I think right now, which is different than the last few years, I think there's more talent on the men's side this year than on the women's. No disrespect to them, but there's some guys coming in this year that one of them, Charlie Hicks, just broke the American record for 10 mile. Which made me kind of jealous because I used to have that record. But now he's running extremely fast, and there was a few guys right behind him in that race that are in the race as well. So they all know they're going to have to run fast if they want to win. And there's always an incentive to set a new American record, not just on the bonus that the race has, but all of these guys have shoe contracts. And they get bonuses for not only winning the U.S. championship, setting American records, all of those things. So it can end up being a pretty lucrative day if the stars align and they do get that record. But sometimes when you get that much talent, everybody hedges their bets for the first half because nobody wants to do the work to sort of put themselves out there early on. So we'll know by halfway whether they've gone out hard and are really attacking it or whether they're running tactical.
And kind of on that same vein, I mean, you know probably better than anybody, being a 7-time champion of the Riverbank Run. I mean, what can a win do for somebody at this race?
So many of the athletes that have come through here, and I've talked to others about this, we tend to be a race that identifies new talent. It's the young athletes that are coming up that are taking a shot at a U.S. championship. I look at some of the people that came through here, and I'm sort of blanking, but Dakota, who came through, and a few others, they go on to making U.S. Olympic teams, and this is like a stepping stone for them. That's important to me personally, to see that kind of U.S. development come through here. But then every now and then we get lucky with a guy like Charlie Hicks or Hillary Bohr, who are coming in, who are really at the top of their game but haven't run marathons yet. And I think they like to use this as a judge, sort of judging their interest and talent level of moving up to the marathon. So, it's just a special kind of race. It's a unique distance that the elite athletes can't take lightly because it'll beat you up for a couple of weeks afterwards. It's not an easy distance for them.
Well, we're definitely going to be keeping an eye out on Saturday here on News 8. Again, if you can't make it out to the race in person, we are going to be broadcasting it live here on Wood TV Plus, woodtv.com, and also on News 8. And, of course, Greg will be commentating throughout the entire race. Greg, we do appreciate the time today, and we are looking forward to seeing you again on Saturday.
It's going to be a great weekend.
Absolutely. And special thanks again to Greg. It was awesome getting the chance to talk to him. Really looking forward to Saturday hearing his broadcast. And now, from one unsung hero to the next about the Riverbank Run, we are now being joined by Bonnie. She is one of the pacers for this year's race. Bonnie, how are you doing today?
I'm doing wonderful.
Yeah, no, really appreciate you stopping by. Like I said, one of the unsung heroes of this race, you know, making sure everybody's staying on pace. Talk to me a little bit about what being a pacer is all about. What really is that importance of that job?
First of all, it's all about having fun, and it's about paying it forward, getting the runners to the finish, and just about having fun.
And we were talking a little bit before we got started, just, you know, during that package playing, that this is going to be your first Riverbank Run where you're a pacer. Are you a little nervous, a little excited for it?
Nope, not nervous. I can't be nervous for the runners that will be running with me I'll be running the 12-minute pace. Can't be nervous for them because they're nervous enough.
Right.
It's just about having fun.
Absolutely. And, you know, you're going to be in charge of the 12-minute per mile pace, correct?
Yes.
Yeah. So talk to me about what kind of goes into the mindset of a pacer. Obviously, you're not trying to, say, beat a bunch of people. You're trying to lead them to the finish line.
Right. Yep. You need to not go too fast or too slow. Just keep them on time. Make sure that you give them the confidence that we can finish.
Absolutely. What was it about the Riverbank Run that made you want to get involved this time around?
I've always been involved. I ran my first 5K here, and then I graduated up to the 25K, and it's always an exciting time here in May.
And you have a lot of experience, obviously, running. We talked again that you had just wrapped up a marathon, actually. That experience, that's going to really come into play on how you're going to handle this race and pacing everybody, right?
Right. It's about not being tired, being on pace, make sure that they're hydrated, stop at every aid station, make sure they're taking their gels. And like I said, most of all, it's about having fun and getting them to the finish line.
Are you going to be giving any call-outs to the runners while you're out there? Are you going to be kind of giving them some pep talks while you guys are running?
I give them pep talks, jokes, and I sing.
Really?
Yes.
Do you have a joke lined up for us that, you know, right off the top of the head you could give us?
I better not give my jokes away.
Right, yeah, no, save that for the race for sure.
But I do sing 70s and 80s music.
Oh, that'll be perfect. Perfect soundtrack for the race, I think. Bonnie, you know, for people that are showing up, again, we keep talking about getting everybody ready if this is their first race. Just things to be prepared. As somebody who has lots of experience, as somebody who has a job to do on Saturday, what would you give anybody? Any tips, anything you would like to say to people who are just getting ready?
Make sure you get a lot of rest. Stay hydrated. Carb up. Don't try anything new on race day.
Yeah, no, all great stuff there. And again, you know, we're really looking forward to that. Bonnie, thank you so much for stopping by, and really good luck on Saturday.
Good luck, everybody.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, awesome stuff from Bonnie. Really appreciate her stopping by. Yeah, give it up for Bonnie, everybody. All right, awesome. Well, again, you know, we are keeping a close eye on everything surrounding this race. And as I mentioned, this is the 48th annual. I've probably said it a half a dozen times already, that this is the 48th annual Riverbank Run. And we actually spoke to a runner who's going to be participating in his 47th run this year. His name is Dennis Barber. Our Kyle Mitchell has that story now.
Dennis Barber is no beginner when it comes to running.
All degrees of weather, fitness, injuries.
And this year he's looking to complete his 47th Riverbank Run 25K.
I started doing the Riverbank Run in 1979 and got hooked on it after knee surgery.
His recovery led to him running.
The therapist said you might want to take up walking and running, so I started running. Saw the Riverbank Run on the calendar and being promoted, so I started and got hooked.
He only missed one Riverbank Run the inaugural year the race was held in 1978.
It's a premier 25K in the nation, but the other is the hometown feel. It's very low key. The support with the volunteers and the participants and the runners is key.
The course has seen some changes over the years, but Dennis has embraced it each step of the way.
It's got some big city running, and it's got some very country running when you're running downtown or out by Johnson Park, where it's quiet and there's no spectators. Then the other side, you're running through town where there's a lot of spectators. Really get the hype.
He enjoys training and looks forward to the build-up to the race every year.
You can't can't wait till January. Then you get that application, you fill it out. Now you've got the commitment. Now you're going to do it. Then the training runs start to come into play.
Each year, the experience of training and racing is different for Dennis.
You're connected to other runners. You're meeting new people every day. You may have a good day. You're running with somebody that's slower than your typical racer. You're running with somebody faster. You're always meeting new people.
The hardest years were when he had injuries and was recovering, but he was determined to finish and keep the streak alive.
I donated bone marrow like a week before that, which is a lot of punctures in your lower back. And I've been committed to this race for so long, I was going to do it. So we did a lot of walking and a lot of pain, a lot of injuries, but we completed it.
Dennis hopes others will consider taking up the challenge and says a great way to do that is by joining a running club or find others to train with.
Start out with a 5K. That 5K could be a walk-run. Then you slowly build into other races.
In Grand Rapids, Kyle Mitchell, News 8.
Dennis, we're definitely looking forward to seeing how that goes, and hopefully we'll be seeing him in the 50th race in just a couple of years. As we inch closer and closer to Saturday and the start of the actual race, it's important to keep in mind that some of the roads surrounding the actual course are actually going to be closing tonight. They won't be closing tomorrow morning ahead of the race. There are some roads that will be open but will close on Saturday, but our Tom Hillen actually has a little bit of a package and let everybody know some of the roads that are going to be closed tonight and how you can expect to get your way home and find that perfect commute back home.
We already have a round of street closures that have gone into place in downtown Grand Rapids ahead of the race just in a little bit here. So we have Monroe that is shut down, Ottawa is shut down, Lyon is shut down, Pearl is shut down, and Monroe Center is shut down. So if you're getting ready to head out to be a runner or a spectator, just know that these closures are already in place in downtown Grand Rapids.
All right, appreciate that, Tom. And from the construction and the closures that are going to be on the road to what we can expect weather-wise now, we have Storm Team 8 meteorologist Scott Larson with us. Scott, thank you so much for being here today.
Happy to be here, Phil.
It's going to be an awesome day on Saturday. I mean, we expected kind of what we've been seeing over the past couple of days weather-wise.
Yeah, fairly quiet weather looks to be in the cards for us. It is going to be on the cooler side in the morning. We have a low temperature of 41 degrees on Saturday morning, so the racers are going to be contending with a slight chill to the air. Not as cold as this morning when we had some frost on the ground, but we should be warming things up fairly quickly. It looks like high temperatures tomorrow are going to be near 70 in the afternoon. A lot of sunshine too, but we are tracking a boundary which is going to drop in from the north. That is going to produce a little bit of cloud cover in the morning and perhaps a stray sprinkle. Really not anticipating any form of impact on the race, but again, it is something that we'll continue to monitor through the morning tomorrow.
Absolutely. You know, I know a lot of people are excited to hear at least that it's going to be kind of warmer in the afternoon because, again, you know, we touched on it a little bit. I was down there last year and just seeing, you know, it was chilly, but just seeing people cross that finish line and like grabbing those blankets, grabbing everything. You know, the weather this year is set to be a whole lot better.
Yeah, it looks like we'll thaw out pretty quickly. Should be in the mid to upper 40s by the time that we reach 8:30 for the start of the 25K race. And by the time that we get to lunchtime tomorrow as things are wrapping up, it should be in the low to mid 60s. So really comfortable conditions. Just again, a little bit of a cool start. So may want to elect, you know, long sleeves for the runners as they're heading out in the morning.
Yeah, no, that was going to be my next question. You know, just, you know, as somebody who knows everything about the weather, you know, kind of the best things to wear, especially, you kind of maybe recommend maybe those longer sleeves, but not necessarily mittens or anything like that.
No, probably don't need to bundle up too much. But again, there is going to be that slight chill in the morning, so long sleeves, you know, leggings, stuff like that, probably the best way to go. And really the rest of the Mother's Day weekend looking good too, Phil. We should be up near 70 again on Mother's Day. Lots of sunshine remains in the forecast.
And how long can we kind of expect that to go? At least a little bit. You know, I feel every time you're on, every time we have the Storm Team 8 team on for the Daily 8, I'm always like, gosh, the weather, you know, is looking kind of crummy. But, you know, we've been having some really nice days recently. Is that going to be kind of the norm, at least for the foreseeable future?
Well, we haven't seen a whole lot of 80s on the board just yet, but it looks like next week we're going to have some genuinely summer-like conditions. Highs highs in the upper 70s, lower 80s. Could be a little bit unsettled, occasional chances for showers and storms, but really looks like the warmth is going to be here to stay once we travel into next week.
Yeah, no, definitely looking forward to that. You mentioned frost, and I know we had talked a little bit before just about frost and kind of, we're getting closer and closer to summer. When is this frost really going to, get out of here in West Michigan? Are we kind of also seeing the end of that potentially?
I think today was the last of it.
Really? Wow, you heard it here first, folks, on the Daily 8. This is the last time we could possibly see it?
I think this is it. Yeah, we did have a low temperature this morning of 33 in Grand Rapids. That's the coldest temperature we've had since April 17th. But usually we see that final frost during the first week of May, and everything past here appears to be at or above average. So I think that it's going to be difficult to bring about a whole lot of frost in the future here.
Yeah, well, that's definitely good to hear, and definitely good to know that we do have, those 80s on the horizon. Maybe it wouldn't be the best for Saturday for all the runners out there. I know 70s is probably around the cutoff for everybody. But yeah, definitely good to see that. Weather-wise, though, I mean, I know originally there was maybe some talk of some rain on Tuesday. I know we're looking a little far ahead, but maybe still potential for that?
Still looking at that potential. It looks like a system's going to be rising from our south, and that's going to be spreading in some showers, perhaps a couple of thunderstorms too. Probably nothing severe, but of course we'll continue to keep an eye on things in the tracking center. It could be pretty wet both Tuesday and Wednesday. But again, we're going to be leaning toward the warmer end of average. Should be in those upper 70s, low 80s. So that'll be kind of the trade-off there. Kind of humid.
Yeah.
Haven't really experienced that a whole lot yet in 2025.
Yeah.
So some fairly large changes coming soon.
Yeah, no. Well, the good news is that that's not happening until next week. So you still have all weekend long to enjoy some of the nice weather. Scott, let's shift gears now a little bit. With the weather being so nice, not a whole lot to talk about. The Expo, you've been here ever since we started. I mean, what is the Expo? Just kind of explain what you've kind of seen so far and just how big this really is.
Yeah, there's a lot of different vendors here, a lot of different ways that the runners can kind of engage with each other. And yeah, I mean, it's a pretty cool space here at DeVos. And, folks are signing in, they're picking up their shirts, they're getting all set.
Yeah.
Been a pretty steady flow of traffic. I imagine that'll probably be picking up as more folks are getting off of work and stuff later in the afternoon. But yeah, it's been pretty cool to check out. What do you think?
Yeah, no, absolutely. Like I said, I think just as soon as you come in, you don't know really what to expect if this is your first time showing up, and you're just expecting to grab all your race equipment. But there's stuff everywhere. I mean, there's stuff for training, apparel stuff, just lots of things that you can check out, and it's all happening right here at DeVos Place. Scott, you're not running tomorrow, are you?
No, I'll be in the tracking center.
Okay, see, there we go.
Monitoring that little chance of some sprinkles, waking up early. But yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing the coverage. Of course, that'll be on Wood TV and Wood Plus.
Yeah, no, definitely. I'm right there with him. I don't think I could handle the 25K, the 10K, even the 5K, Scott. I think we're pushing a little bit for me. Yeah, just a little bit. But for those runners, I mean, it really is awesome to see. We talking to Brittany a little bit. We talked to Bonnie, one of the Pacers, and just seeing everybody kind of getting excited for the race. It really is awesome to see.
Yeah, it's a great atmosphere. There's going to be a lot of participants, a lot of energy. Really looking forward to that.
Yeah, no, definitely. Definitely excited about it. It should get going again on Saturday morning. And, of course, if you can't make it out to the actual race in downtown Grand Rapids, you can definitely check out the full race coverage that we have over on our website, woodtv.com. We're also going to be streaming the entire race start to finish here on Wood TV Plus as well as on News 8. So multiple ways to check it out, multiple ways to watch, multiple ways to enjoy the 48th annual Riverbank Run. So for Scott Larson, I'm Phil Pinarski, and I want to thank everybody so much for tuning in with us on this edition of the Daily 8.